You spend hours in the gym every single week. You're sweating, you're working hard. But what if your workout is failing to prepare you for the one thing that truly matters, a long, healthy, and independent life? It turns out there's a massive mistake many of us make when we train for longevity. And today, I'm going to show you why focusing on one type of exercise is the absolute key to staying strong and capable for decades. The critical mistake most people make. We've all seen it, that person in the gym, diligently moving from the bicep curl machine to the tricep extension machine to the leg extension machine. They look like they're getting a great workout, they're definitely sweating, and they're probably building some muscle. But here's the thing, they are making a huge error in their training, especially if the goal isn't just to look good, but to live well for as long as possible. The mistake is assuming all exercises are created equal, that a workout is just a checklist of muscles to hit. This creates what I call gym-only strength. Sure, you can curl a 40-pound dumbbell, but can you lift a 40-pound bag of dog food off the floor without your back screaming at you? You can push a ton of weight on a leg press, but can you get up off the floor with ease after playing with your grandkids? That is the dangerous gap between looking fit and being functionally capable. One's for the mirror, the other is for your quality of life. For true longevity, we have to train for the demands of life, not just aesthetics. And this is where the difference between two types of exercises becomes the most important decision you can make on your fitness journey. The two worlds of strength training, a clear distinction. To build real, lifelong fitness, we need to get clear on the two major players in strength training, compound and isolation exercises. The easiest way to think about it is a team versus a solo artist. Isolation exercises are the solo artists. They're designed to hit one specific muscle and move a single joint at a time. Think bicep curls, leg extensions, or tricep pushdowns. The focus is laser specific, and people love them because they're simple and you can really feel the burn in that one spot. But compound lifts, on the other hand, are the all-star team. These are multi-joint movements that recruit a whole bunch of muscle groups at once. A squat isn't just for your legs. It fires up your quads, hamstrings, glutes, calves, and your core. A deadlift works pretty much everything from your neck down to your heels. Push-ups, pull-ups, overhead presses, these are all compound lifts. They force your body to work as one integrated system, building strength, coordination, and stability all at the same time. This is the definition of functional training. While both have a role, your main focus, the very foundation of your fitness, has to be built on compound lifts. Focusing too much on isolation is like trying to decorate a house you haven't even built yet. It might look like you're doing a lot, but you're missing the structural integrity to stand the test of time. The why. 4 reasons compound lifts are your longevity blueprint. So why are these big team effort movements so dang important for healthy aging? Let's get into the 4 key reasons that make compound lifts the undisputed champs of lifelong fitness. Reason 1, building real-world functional strength. This is the big one. Compound exercises are direct rehearsals for everyday life. A squat is just the movement of getting out of a chair. A deadlift is how you pick up a heavy box, a toddler, or your groceries. An overhead press is how you put your suitcase in the overhead bin. These exercises build strength in patterns, not just in single muscles. Longevity expert Dr. Peter Attia often talks about training for the centennial decathlon, a list of physical tasks you'd want to be able to do at 100 years old. Things like getting off the floor without help or carrying your own groceries all depend on the integrated strength built by compound movements. You're not just getting gym strong, you're actively practicing the skills needed to stay independent and confident for life. Reason number 2, the ultimate anti-aging engine. Starting around age 30, we all begin to lose muscle mass. It's called sarcopenia, and it's a major driver of aging and mortality risk. Resistance training is our #1 weapon against it, and compound lifts are the heavy artillery. By engaging so much muscle at once, they provide a powerful stimulus for your body to build and maintain muscle mass and bone density. This is your best defense against osteoporosis and the kind of fractures that can be devastating later in life. In fact, the science on this is incredibly clear. A major 2022 systematic review in the American Journal of Preventive Medicine found that resistance training significantly reduces the risk of dying from any cause, as well as from cardiovascular disease and cancer. A dose-response analysis even found that the maximum risk reduction was seen with around 60 minutes of resistance training per week. Talk about an investment in a longer, more resilient life. Reason number 3. Unmatched deficiency and metabolic boost. Let's be real, who has endless hours to kill in the gym? Compound lifts are the definition of bang for your buck. Why spend 30 minutes doing 3 different isolation moves for your legs when you could hit all those muscles plus your core and back more effectively with just a few sets of squats? Because they use so many muscles, compound exercises burn way more calories both during and after your workout compared to isolation moves. This revs up your metabolism, which improves your body's ability to handle sugar, reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes. Plus, your heart has to work harder to pump blood to all those working muscles, giving you a cardiovascular benefit you just won't get from a set of bicep curls. And reason number 4, fortifying your body's foundation. A body that moves as a single coordinated unit is a body that's less prone to injury. Compound lifts are the ultimate teacher for this coordination. They teach your muscles how to fire in the right sequence to support a load, which protects your joints from taking a beating. Relying too heavily on isolation exercises can actually create or worsen muscle imbalances. For example, if you hammer the leg extension machine, working your quads, but neglect your hamstrings and glutes, you can create an imbalance around the knee that leads to pain or injury. Compound lifts, by their very nature, promote balanced strength, creating a solid, resilient body that can handle whatever life throws at it. The role of isolation. It's not the villain. Okay, so after all that, you might be thinking I want you to completely banish isolation exercises. Not at all. They aren't the villain of this story. They're just a tool that gets misused. Think of them as the scalpel, not the sledgehammer of strength training. Isolation exercises are super valuable for specific, targeted goals. First, for rehab. If you're recovering from an injury, a physical therapist will almost certainly give you isolation moves to strengthen a particular muscle without stressing the injured area. And second, they're fantastic for correcting muscle imbalances. If you notice one muscle group is lagging and it's messing with your form on a big lift, some targeted isolation work can help it catch up. And finally, for all you bodybuilders out there, they're great for adding extra muscle building volume after your main compound work is done. But see the pattern. In a smart program designed for longevity, isolation work is the supporting actor, not the star. It's there to fix problems and add the finishing touches, but it should never be the foundation. The how. 3 foundational compound lifts for life. Ready to put this into practice? Here are 3 foundational compound lifts that are super accessible and deliver massive benefits. Exercise 1 is the goblet squat. The squat is the undisputed king of lower body exercises, and the goblet squat is the perfect way to master the movement. By holding a dumbbell or kettlebell right at your chest, it acts as a perfect counterbalance, helping you keep your chest up and sink into a deep, natural squat. This move directly trains the pattern of sitting down and standing up, a skill you'll want for your entire life. It hammers your quads, glutes, hamstrings, and forces your core to stay braced and stable. Exercise 2 is the Romanian deadlift, or RDL. Don't let the word deadlift scare you. The RDL is its super approachable cousin that teaches the most important movement pattern for protecting your back, the hip hinge. The hip hinge is your superpower for safely picking things up. With the RDL, you keep your legs mostly straight, just a soft bend in the knee, and focus on pushing your hips straight back, lowering the weights until you feel a deep stretch in your hamstrings. This builds incredible strength in your glutes, hamstrings, and lower back, creating a powerful and injury-proof posterior chain. And exercise 3 is the dumbbell overhead press. The ability to press weights safely overhead is a non-negotiable functional skill, whether you're putting something on a high shelf or lifting your kid in the air. Doing this move while standing with dumbbells is a game changer. It forces each shoulder to stabilize on its own and demands massive core engagement to keep your back from arching. It builds strong, stable shoulders and a rock-solid core, which contributes to better posture and the kind of upper body strength you use every single day. Look, the choice between compound and isolation exercises isn't some minor detail in your workout. It's the whole game plan for your long-term health and your ability to live a kick-ass independent life. While isolation moves have their place, they just can't build the real-world functional foundation you need. That foundation is forged with compound lifts. It's built by squatting, lifting, pushing, and pulling movements that have been essential to being human for thousands of years. So don't just train for the mirror, train to be strong. Strong enough to haul your groceries, play on the floor with your family, and move through the world with absolute confidence. Prioritize compound lifts, and you won't just be building muscle, you'll be building a blueprint for a longer, healthier, and more awesome life.